So today we're going to paint a lavender field. It's going to be so pretty. So now we want to get the lavender field started. So we need some green paint underneath just for our, we'll call it underpainting, or so just whatever green you want. Like I say, I'm just picking up some of that green there and some of my ultramarine blue and some red. And I'm just going to make a nice dark green, okay? Then I'm going to fill up this whole space. Now we can have a little path there if you want. Let's just get started with this first. Like I say, if you don't know what to do or you don't know where to get started, just do it. Just put something on there. You can always fix it up later. So I'm tapping because it gives me texture, okay? So this is just your underpainting. So we'll get all that done. So now we got that much done. Now the work begins. Now we're going to add a lavender field. Now we're going to add a lavender field. All we have to do is get lavender. So you can use any blue. I'm just using ultramarine blue. And it's on the blue side, so you won't add as much red. If you go on the red side, you'll add more red. We're going to go on the blue side for now. Might change it up as we go along. We'll see how it's on the blue side there and it's on the red side there. Now watch when you add white. See? the lavender. It's not blue enough. You just add more blue, more white, to get that color you're looking for. So probably add some different values of lavender. Right? See how that's on the blue side? That's on the red side over there. So we're just going to use this color for now. And all you have to do is we're going to make lavender. So you're going to take a fan brush. If you don't have a fan brush, you could try a flat brush or a bristle brush. Okay, I'm going to show you in a minute. So I like the fan brush because it gives me those nice shapes. Now the house is old, so it got buried in all the flowers and all the lavender fields, lavender. So I'm going to make it look like it was just kind of buried. Now you can make the house a full house if you want. You can have a path or whatever you want. Just tap on these, that lavender color. Trying to keep some of your green underneath. I'll show you now with a bristle brush what it's like. So here's a flat bristle brush. If you have one of those, this should work. Okay. Let's get your color. The white will bring out the color you're looking for, see? And you can also just tap using the, well, there's no chisel edge because of the bristle, but using the tip of the brush and just tapping on these nice lavender flowers, right there. So you can do that, but you get different shape, but it'll still work. Okay. So I'm just going to continue on with the fan brush, but you can do that as long as you keep the green underneath. Keep some of the green. See? Just keep adding paint to your brush. If you don't have a fan brush, I find it really good for seascapes and trees and grass. It's so many uses for your fan brush. The sun is shining over here, so you're going to want some highlights. We can go back and do that after, but just going to show you. See how I'm keeping the grass, the green. So we got coming up here because I want to make the house look like it's, you know, it's sunk almost into all the lavender flowers and everything, so you can barely, you know, the house is, it's like there, it's been there a long time and not too many people used it, so it's practically buried underneath all that flowers. Look at that. And that happens sometimes, doesn't it? I'm going to take some white, highlight some of those. Just use the corner. There we go. Now we can put some more on there. Place some more, a little bit on the red side this time. Okay. Let's layer it. It's pretty simple. Let's layer it. So the sun is coming in, so it's going to hit off some of these areas. Some nice highlights here. Use some here. Use the corner of your brush to get some of those up there if you want. Get the bottoms of those so they go back into the ground. So all I'm doing is mixing up those lavender colors, and I'm putting on a little bit of white to highlight some of that. You can add some white to these here. Adding white, see, that's what really makes it nice. Now, what can we do? Let's see. Just trying to pick out where the sun is. A little bit of yellow to that, just to Nice to have some brightness somewhere. That'll really brighten up part of the painting. Bring your eye to the center. Bring it closer to the house. Right, you see, it gets darker as it goes in the bottom. Just shadows here. Right. So you want to highlight where you think the sun is hitting off. It's kind of nice, and see, that gives that really highlighted look. When your brush is dirty, you could use almost pure white in certain areas. So you just add white, pure white to your dirty brush, and you're going to get some of these really nice. And just stick them in somewhere where you think the sun is shining. I'm kind of on purpose leaving a little path. It's barely noticeable, but you know it's there. That was there at one time. That's pretty. It's better. There we go. There's a little bit here. Even it out a bit. Yeah, that's nice. Maybe there's some hitting off here. Yeah, I'll grab onto a couple extra ones there. See, it gives a kind of a, shows you where the light's coming in, doesn't it? Alright. I'd like to do something with that chimney. What I'd like to do is, I'd like to give it a bit of a shadow. I'm going to use my burnt umber and my ultramarine blue for a shadow. So the sun is hitting off of this. Okay. I gotta put some of that brown on there because it looks like I'm gonna add burnt sienna and white. And I'm going to put that under here to make that look straight. Just going to add some of these lighter lines just to give it some texture. Let's see if I can get that. That's better. Good. Give it a bit of a top right here. Just add interest to it. A little bit of shadow, something going on there, and maybe some white or yellow. Both. Let's add a bit of highlight on the top of that. There we go. There it is. All right. I think I'm going to get my 1-inch bristle brush and see how they all open up. All right. Now I have this one. This one's got a flatter top. I may have cut it. And this one has that, all the different sizes, right? These are chip brushes. They're called chip. So I'm going to try both because I want to put some flowers in here just for some color. So I'm just going to try some. I made lavender with the red and blue and more on the blue side. And I'm going to tap into white so there I get a bunch of white going on here with a bit of lavender, just so I can throw a few extra flowers in the fields. Maybe a little bit, not much, just a couple little dots of flowers going on there. Don't want to, overdo it. And I like to overdo things. I tell you guys not to overdo it. And here I am. I can't stop when I start. So I'm gonna go out to white. I'm not finding this brush is giving me what I want. Just a few little dots here, but they're coming off a little too big in some cases. So I think I'm gonna go back to the other brush. I like this brush. So we're getting one. Try to get one with those all different, like they're uneven, aren't they? I'm going to push in my hand to get it open a bit because it was laying around. It's important to keep your brushes. I stand them up like that when I get them clean and dry. So, let me see. Maybe this will be better. See how you get all the different looks? See that? So that's getting the flowers ready for you. So I just got a few going on in there. Don't want too many. I like to have some lavender ones. They're a bit too bright, aren't they? Let's do lavender. I'm going to go on the pink side just to give some color. I'm going to add a bit more white. So you have to experiment with it because, sometimes it doesn't work out the way you like it to. Just a few extra flowers here and there. Oops. I'm going to ruin it. Yeah, just a few little flowers. Not too much because it's going to be a real mess if I add too many. I'm going to add some yellow to my dirty brush to get kind of a yellowish lavender. See if I can get some of that in there. Now you don't have to do this. I kind of liked it without it, but I started it now. Here it is. So I'll leave that alone, that part. But add a bit of color. See how it added a bit of color? Right? It's just little dabs of yellow here and there. And little bits of maybe some red might be nice. Just kind of all these colors, see? It's still lavender, but look how pretty it is. So, get your long liner brush out and wet it and pull through a light green, yellow, and a little bit of blue added to it. That will brighten it right up, and maybe some white. And then we'll just add in a few little bits of grass, longer grass coming in here. White and your yellow and blue to make a bit of green. Add some water to your brush so it will flow. Make your green, add white. Turn it to the left and to the right and straight up. You can even add a few little daisies if you want to. Just add little dots of color. Some orange, yellow and red, a little bit of white. I'm just taking and going pull out, pull out, pull out, pull back. So that's all I do. Little flicks. And you can add some little ones here just to say that they're there. And then you can just add your little dots of burnt sienna, a bit of red or something just for tops. Burnt sienna red. Back your brush there. So cute, isn't it? That's nice. So to bring out the lavender flowers here in the front, we need to add a little more lavender to those. You can use a fan brush or a flat brush. I'll just use a flat brush because I don't know who has a... So these flowers here, brighten them up. So let's go back to our lavender color. Right, lavender with some blue and some red, and then the white is really going to bring it out. Now we want to brighten it up a nice bit because we're trying to put highlights. Alright, so let's get some of that paint off of there, and now, so we took off that paint there, right, but your brush is still dirty, but you took off the paint. Take off as much as you can like that, and then add your white only, and then start tapping on some white. Right, I'm going to go back and add some because it looks like I lost some of my lavender. Alright, there we go. Just tapping on the chiseled edge there, that's all. Trying to be mindful of where the sun is coming in, okay? So still got to think about the sun. Makes some sense. Alright. Kind of shadowy over here, so don't need as much. Alright. There's probably a couple here in the front. If you lose your lavender, just go back and get some more. Nice. And if you want to add more lavender to it, just get the brush that you used to do the lavender on before, very first time. If you use a fan brush, you can go back in, get some more lavender, some white, right, and you can add more. Where you're adding a lot of stuff to it, you probably lost some. So you want to put some back in, go for it like this. You know, it was too green, or if you put too many flowers in, just tap them out with, right? Just tap them out with these smaller lavender flowers in the field. I want to make sure that you know it's a lavender field, right? It's not just flowers. So it's kind of pretty. I don't know what you think. I don't know, do you like it, or, you know, I like to put a fence in there somewhere. I don't know where to put it. I'm not sure where to put a fence. Like I said, it's a painting that's, it's an older house, and it's left, just everything just grew up around it. So I think we should probably fix those trees. So just get a flat brush, add a little highlight to our trees. Just get a flat brush. Now they're brown, so you want to fix this one here. It's kind of bent. And so now you can fix up whatever you need to fix up, and then you can add or subtract things. Take out what you don't like. And sometimes you can do that too. Take out what you don't like. There we go. Big old tree. I'm going to add a bit of white to my brush so I can highlight that side there the sun is coming in on. There we go. And I'm going to add some yellow to it also. And here too. And just a little bit here. I just want to give it, you know, so you can see the shape better, that's all, just to give it more interest. Now as you can see, there's a lot there, so I don't need all that, so we'll go back in with the dark. Go in with your dark, your burnt umber and your blue if you're going to have to make it really dark. And that dries, so you'll be able to get it done better. Alright, and then I'm going to add some blue on this side, just alright. There we go. So I'm just going to fix up a few little things. I'm going to get some burnt umber, some green. Burnt umber and green, yeah. And I'm going to put that here. Just so so it fits in with the ground there. And a little bit of yellow for highlight. Turned green because your brush is dirty and that's the way you want it. Good. So you just clean up your edges, that's all. Just make sure everything makes sense. Alright, try something else here now. I'm going to take some really dark green, which is my green, and some blue, some burnt umber. Darken up my green, a little bit of red, a little dark. It's nice and dark. Yeah, it's good. I'll punch in some shadows in here between the trees because I'm finding they don't have enough contrast to you know, contrast is what makes everything jump out. Right? This one got a lot of contrast. This is nice. See? We need contrast. We need darks against lights. See right here. Okay? And probably around here. Gives it more depth in that too, see? See, these are the things you can do at the end of your painting, so you can decide if you want to do this or you don't want to do it. Maybe you liked your trees the way they were. I'm just trying to show you different things you can do. If you don't have enough contrast, put some contrast in. Alright, and then, because you can always go on top of it again. Right? Like I'll go on top of that now with some yellow. And that will bring it out again in different places. Maybe a bit of red to give it some color. pineapple tree. Yeah, maybe some burnt sienna and yellow. Just play with colors. I like play with colors. I like that tree over there. I don't want to touch that. Just dabbing on a bit here and there of colors. Here we go. So you layer, right? You layer your colors. Layer colors on top of colors. See that? You get all these really pretty things going on. I'm just trying to layer in some colors, that's all. Just want to brighten it up. Just want to add some colors on top of colors. Colors on top of colors. Right? This tree here looks nice when you get maybe bigger, a little bit going over the house a little bit. See how you can shape things up again? Right? Just move things around by adding some highlights to your tree and some shadows. Change it up if you don't like it. You know, just put color over color. Right? See, some colors. I just like to play around. Just like to add color, 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 color.